Okay. Ooh, Joshy got an idea. Well, actually, first. Ooh, I'm liking this thing that I did. I'm liking it. I gotta be real. Not to kiss my own ass, but that was me kissing my own ass. Just in case it wasn't clear. Yeah, so we have that, and then we have a row of slab blocks like that, and then we can do that, and then we have that's what Daddy likes. Oh, but this is still this. Okay, we do a little more terraforming. Oh. This is starting to just look better than my house. But it's fine. Oh man, another thing that was really unfortunate about the last episode is that I specifically tried a different like microphone angle, and it ended up being worse than the other one. And I had a lot of wind noise when I would laugh, or if I did anything. And it wasn't too terrible, luckily. Like, there's still quite a lot of it that was not that wind noisy, but it was still definitely present. And it was not optimal. I wasn't really happy about that. Yeah, so this, I'm then going to, so we'll have a path going through the middle here. So we're gonna have plants, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and then the water will be right here. You ain't fuck with my crops today, boy. Okay, and then we can have a pathway going around. Yeah. Picking up what I'm putting down. Oh, this will be wall, so it doesn't matter what's on that block. Man, I deleted TikTok and I'm so much better off for it. I think I talked about briefly the fact that I deleted it in another episode, but it's been, I mean, there's just times when I like go on my phone and I'm like, oh man, time to open TikTok, and then I can't open it. I'm like, oh well. And then I do something different. Or, you know, at worst I like open Instagram and look at something there, but it never really retains me as quite as well as TikTok typically does. I think it's been very good for me overall. I've returned to an old mistress who's got quite the hold on me. Destiny 2. Yep, that's right. I'm a stinky little guy. I've been playing Destiny 2. I used to play a lot, and then I kind of stopped, and then I kind of started again. And look, I know it's probably bad for me, but I've reminded myself how good the gunplay feels, and it was just over from there. Oh my gosh, I think I did this perfectly. That just works out. Holy smoking Toledo. Darn tootin'. Actually going really well. Last episode, I didn't really put it in the episode, but it took me so many tries to figure out the orientation of stuff in this. Oh, I didn't replace the bricks over here. Oh. Oh. But I couldn't figure out how to design the mine for the longest time, and it took me genuinely probably like an hour to get to this. And I cut a lot of that out because it was really, really boring. I had too much stuff anyways in the video. I haven't been doing any music stuff lately. Makes me kind of sad because I do really like making music. I've just felt so unmotivated. I was when I was gone in Virginia visiting my now ex partner, I got really motivated to make music and I was really looking forward to it. And then I thought, oh, I can do this and this and that, and thought of I had all these song ideas in my head, but I had no real way to write them out. At least I didn't think of anything. And maybe I should have just done something abstract that made sense to me, but now I don't know, I just don't have the same ideas or motivation to do it. It makes me real sad. Because I know I want to do it. And when I'm making music, I get really into it, and I'm doing something creative, and that's obviously very good for you. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't really been doing it. I mean, this is another creative outlet for me in a way. So I guess it's not the worst thing in the world, but I've also been thinking about the song Fergalicious a lot lately. I just always think about the part where she's like, "We put them boys on rock, rock." You know? I don't actually know what she says. I think she says rock, rock, but I could be wrong. I don't really know, to be honest. Man, I need more wood. Why are the days going by so fast? Whoa, that's deep. Torch there, torch there, torch there, torch there. Torch there, torch there, torch there, torch there, torch there. Wait, no. Torch, torch. Man, something I was thinking about the other day is I was a real asshole in middle school. There was this I don't know exactly what to call it, but a system, I guess. Is that clay or stone? No, that's stone. There's a system in place in my hometown school district called GATE. And basically you would take the GATE test. And it was kind of like standardized testing, but it was really just to see if you were intelligent, I guess. I don't really know much about how it worked, but if you passed it, you were a GATE student, or colloquially, you would be a GATE kid. And I was a GATE kid. My friends weren't. Which, something that's always been funny to me now is that my best friend wasn't a GATE kid, but he is definitely as smart as me, and it's hard to quantify intelligence, but in some ways he's definitely smarter than me. He's a very smart fellow. I mean, he's studying astrophysics, so that's kind of, you know, I'm in computer science, so I'm not too shabby. Oh, this is where we. Oh shit! Wait, did we actually get the stuff from this? Oh, it was just 3 pork chops, but we did never pick it up. That's funny. That is funny. But yeah, he's a smart fellow. But in middle school, I mean, by that point, I was already in GATE, and it basically, what it really meant was that you were being funneled into AP classes. That's really what it was, what it boiled down to. And you know, my friends weren't in GATE. I was in GATE, so we were in different like classes and stuff in middle school. And one of the biggest things was probably just that you were put a year ahead in math. You would basically take a combo class that would teach you, or no, you would just be moved up to like the next level of math rather than doing you know, whatever math you normally would as a 7th grader. You would just do what was called integrated 1. Wow, are you an integrated 1? Wow. Well, integrated 1 was 8th grade, because integrated 1 was the start of high school. I'm getting off track a little bit. My friends were not in the AP classes, and I was, or not GATE kids. They weren't in any of that, and I was like, I'm better than you. And anytime we got into any kind of disagreement, it wouldn't even be that deep. In fact, it almost never was very deep at all. I would just resort to like, no, I'm in key. I'm smarter than you. I'm better than you. And it's just like, all right, man. And they're still my friends. Well, I mean, like, I'm not as close with them as I used to be, but they were still one of my pretty much my core friend group in high school. And you know, namely, my best friend stuck with me through that. And you know, but just thinking about that, I'm like, man, I was kind of the worst. Kind of makes me think that like, or anytime I meet somebody now who's like the worst, they just, I mean, I know that in middle school I was just really insecure, like very insecure, and that's why I felt the need to flaunt the one thing I felt that I had above other people, even if it wasn't really all that. And so I guess that's kind of a similar thing that happens to people who are mean now. I mean, like adults, there would be straight up adults who are just the worst. I mean, I remember this one time I was on a date and we were going to a movie theater in the area, and this specific movie theater does not check tickets, especially at night. They really don't check the tickets. If you just walk in, you can just walk into a theater. It's like, as long as you walk in as if you have tickets, they won't really question you. And man, this is actually so dumb. I was on a date going to a movie, and we walk in, and we don't know which theater it's in. And I didn't personally want to be like going from theater to theater to try to figure out which one it was in. The person I was with did think that, no, I'm pretty sure it's in this one, but I was like, no, watch this. And so I go up to this like employee and I'm like, which theater is this movie playing in? And they were like, well, it should say on your ticket. I was like, oh, heavens me. I seem to have, they checked my, I printed out the ticket, but I threw it away because nobody checked it. I thought it was so smooth. It didn't work at all. And then, you know, an older employee came over and just gave me a real hard time about it. Was like, oh no, well, if you printed them out, you must have them electronically somewhere, right? And I was, I don't know. It was so embarrassing, but it was just like, they gotta know that, you know, it's a movie theater chain, so it's not like a small theater that's getting like put out of business by people not paying for their ticket. It was a chain. It's like, I don't know what chain it is, but like, they gotta know that a lot of people go into the movie without paying. Like, there's just no way they're not aware of that. And this lady is for real talking down to me while like making this fucking like hot dog, and I'm thinking like, you know, there's nothing wrong with working at a movie theater on paper, but she was just treating me like I was the like worst person ever. And like, you know, calling me out for not having the ticket is one thing, but she was just being really, really mean about it. Like, you know, just like making me feel like a real doink. And I was like, man, it is so clear to me that you despise your job, and I'm sorry that you're here, but also like, why are you doing this to me? Like, if I had just not try, it's so dumb too. Like if I just not tried to be all fucking like, oh, I've printed them out, you know, everybody prints out their movie theater ticket, and then you guys didn't check it, so I threw it away. And I don't want to go dumpster diving. Come on, what do you take me for? It was just so dumb. But you know, it's someone who, you know, felt the need to really hold on to the power they had above me in that moment, and make me feel really shitty for the miscalculation I had made. And I don't know. Sometimes for weeks after it happened, I was just like, anytime I thought of it, I just this wash of like regret and shame. Because like, even though it's not that deep, it was just so like viscerally embarrassing to have an adult talk to me that way. Just like from childhood type stuff, like getting talked to that way was just the worst thing that could ever happen to me. And yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. And it's, you know, we got kicked out basically, and the person I was with wasn't like particularly upset. It was all fine. But man, did I feel stupid. Because it's a stupid thing to do. You know, I was really trying to have my cake and eat it too. Try to not pay for the ticket and then also have them tell me where my movie is. But I don't quite know exactly where home is. I'm pretty sure it's like generally this direction. Yeah, he agrees.